job and come back strong in the new year with a brand new chapter of Bleach. Anyways guys, we're going to get into the review right after that intro. Hello guys, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Shin Megami X, aka Captain X, here today to review Bleach chapter 564 entitled The Red Bristled King. Alright, for a start, I've got to say this chapter was an amazing chapter of Bleach, and if having chapters of this magnitude means I have to wait maybe 2 or 3 weeks for a chapter, then I do not mind, because the content that was given out this week was, you know, top notch. Well done KUBO, even down to his art style, story progression, well, character development I should say, also and story progression, because I do believe we're at the end of this fight now, as you saw at the end of the chapter when Master Masculine has died. Well, I say died, but it's not actually quite showing it, but I'm going to call it and say that he's dead. And if he is still alive, I'll be like, oh, for flip's sake, when would this guy just die? But nonetheless, that's not the main point of this chapter. The main point of this chapter is Renji. Renji is the star of this chapter, ironically, because he was fighting Superstar Master Masculine. That being said, we find out that Manakushao, which is the name of the board Royal Court Guard Squad, the board member of the Zero Division, he tells Renji that basically his bankai has lied to him about his real name, because it essentially didn't acknowledge him as his master, which kind of ties in with similar to what Ichigo was going through with Zangetsu, but obviously different because we know the circumstances were different. But not knowing the true name of his Zanpakuto, or the true nature of his Zanpakuto for that matter, was something that Ichigo didn't learn until he went to the Soul Palace, and Renji the same thing. So it makes me wonder, is Rukia gone through the same kind of dilemma, and will Byakuya go through the same thing as well? Do any of the Shinigami know the true nature of their Zanpakuto? Because it seems that a Zanpakuto has no issue hiding, you know, its full power from his master, even if they're in a life or death situation. It won't suddenly be like, okay, you're about to die here, so here's a special power that you can use. It seems that Zanpakuto, in the case of Renji and Ichigo, have no issue concealing or limiting the power that they give the Soul Reapers access to. That being said, Renji's bankai in this chapter was amazing, and I believe it's called Sasao. I don't know how to pronounce it because I don't speak Japanese, but I think it's called Sasao Zabimaru. We'll get the pronunciation right sometime soon, just you have to bear with me because I don't speak Japanese. One day I plan to, but that's besides the point. Okay, so his new bankai being revealed was awesome. The fact that it can change shapes was something that I thought was quite interesting as well, because we never met a Zanpakuto for any matter that can change shape. Yes, we've seen Zanpakuto change shape from their sealed form to their you know, Shikai, but that's naturally because all sealed Zanpakuto generally look the same. So seeing one change, being able to be in bankai and change shapes, is something rare that we've barely ever seen in Soul Society. And the only Zanpakuto that I believe by memory that has ever changed shape was Kensei's bankai. You know how it had the knuckles and stuff, but that's besides the point. This is about Renji, this chapter. One section of his bankai had the massive baboon arm, because we know that Zabimaru, if you go back to the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, even though that's filler, we see that the Zanpakuto spirit of Renji's Zanpakuto was also a snake and a baboon. So that being said, it makes sense for at one stage Renji to be able to have like a whip-like sword, for him to also have the giant snake head which he released in the beginning. It also makes sense for him to be able to have the massive baboon arm that he used to crush Master Masculine's arm, basically cutting off his main power supply, even if he is not dead, because Master Masculine's basically is by brute strength, like headbutts, drop kicks, you know, using his arms, for example, those 1 mile arts that he did in the last chapter. So that being said, Master Masculine's main power supply is cut off, and I do quite bluntly believe that he's dead, but if he's not dead, then he is severely crippled in terms of this battle. Other than that, not really a lot happened in this chapter, other than we had a little cutscene back, a little flashback back to the Soul Palace with Manakushao basically explaining to Renji that, you know, the reason he's basically a member of the Zero Division, because he gave a name to everything. Like, fair enough, Oetsu created the Yasauchi, but he's the one who gave them the name Zanpakuto. He's the one who gave basically all the Zanpakuto their name. Basically everything that is named in the Soul Society, he's the one who gave them their name, and that's why the Soul King gave him the name Manakushao, which basically means the true name, which is something that was revealed in the chapter, which I thought was pretty cool. So we know that Oetsu is the one who created the Zanpakuto. Manakushao is the one who created basically the names of everything. We don't know exactly what Senjimaru created, because we just know that she's the master of weaving. We know that Hikafune, Queen of Cereals, is the one who created the Mod Souls. So it just makes me wonder, what did Senjumaru create? Is she the one that created basically the attire that what the Shinigami wear, which would make the most sense considering that. But that is besides the point of this chapter. In this chapter now, I did begin to like Master Masculine as a character. I liked the fact that Master Masculine was strong. I liked the fact that he was able to drop captain level Shinigami. But the only thing I didn't like the fact, I didn't even mind the fact that it was goofy too much, because goofy characters are somewhat needed in the series to give it like a kind of refreshing break. But I didn't like what his powers were, the whole cheering business, and also we had a reveal that if basically Master Masculine or James is alive, then basically the other will be reborn eventually. So basically, in essence, you have to take them both out. So my next theory is this. If Master Masculine truly is dead, is there been enough time for James to be able to be reborn, and then in turn Master Masculine to be reborn? Or has Renji been smart enough to take them both out with whatever new technique he's going to use? Because we know that Renji sliced up the head, and we saw that James was being reborn into little segments, kind of like on some Majin Buu, Dragon Ball Z type stuff. But that being said, this week's chapter we see that Master Masculine is cut in half, and he's almost literally looks like he's burnt to cinders, which was illustrated at the end of the chapter. So, with all that being said, Master Masculine finally burnt out and James cut into tiny little segments but somewhat regenerating, is James' life force enough to be able to revive Master Masculine, or is this something that takes a certain amount of time, or is this done almost instantaneously? Because they did say that they were somewhat linked, which we gathered from previous chapters. But anyways guys, it seems like a very short chapter review, but there wasn't really much to talk about other than the epicness of Renji's new bankai, the fact that it can change shape, the fact that we had an epic. So let's break this down. In this chapter, what we've had an epic reveal of Renji's bankai, the fact that it can change shapes. We've had its real name being revealed, and we've also learned the name of the Zero Division member, Manakusha, which is the bald Zero Division member, who most people assume to be the leader of Zero Division. So that being said, we've had his name, we've had what his significance of the Soul Society was, we've had a battle, we've also had the reveal of Renji's bankai, so that's 4 things, and basically the fact that his Zanpakuto hid his true power from him. And we also have potentially the death of Master Masculine all in one chapter. So that's 5 things to go on for in this chapter, which makes this chapter a great chapter of Bleach. Well, that's for you to decide if this is a great chapter review or not, guys. But anyways, I've rambled enough. It's your boy Shimigami X, aka Captain X. I'm signing out, and as always my people, take care and peace. But lastly, before I go, if you have anything that you'd like me to discuss, please hit me up in the comment section below, and I will be making more videos, doing more Bleach talks and stuff later on this week, so I will elaborate on this chapter even further. But anyways guys, I'm signing out, and as always my people, take care and peace, man.